What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So in today's Season of Discovery video, I want to talk a little bit about the best classes in Season of Discovery for gold making. And before we do so, big thank you for all the support on the complete gold guide for Season of Discovery. It's been absolutely amazing, the support from you guys, and it makes me super happy that you guys are enjoying the gold guide. Now, the Phase 2 gold guide, which is the exact same gold guide as this one, but it will be updated for Phase 2, is soon going to be sent out as we get closer to Phase 2. So if you have the gold guide already, you just have to sit back and wait to get that version sent directly for free to your mail. And if you still don't have the complete gold guide for Season of Discovery, you can find it linked down below in the description. But in today's video, we're talking about gold making classes and which classes are doing it best. And keep in mind, this is from my own personal perspective, right? Like, there's always going to be that one guy watching this video that gold farms on his shaman, and then he claims that shamans are great gold farmers, right? So these are just my favorite topics for best gold farming classes and why I think so. And I want to start off with Druid. Druid is, for those of you that watched me for like the last couple of years, they know that I do all my gold farming on a Druid on retail. There's no other class that can really match a Druid on retail. They have been historically relatively bad, the gold farmers on Classic. A lot of people have used them for gathering professions because it's easy not having to mount up and down depending on which route you do for herbalism and mining. But there's a lot of farms where you can just run around in travel form and then mine and pick up flowers with ease. They also have aquatic forms, so you can pick like strangle kelp in the water zones as well and swim faster. So that's been pretty much what they've been used for. However, with runes in Season of Discovery, like already now in Season 1, they are improved drastically. Mainly because of two runes. Like, if you notice the mana on this tune, like when I'm running around, you don't spend any mana. You literally have like 0 downtime on a lot of farms, which we'll get back to because it's not always like this. But you do have the two runes, Fury of the Storm Rage, which reduces the mana cost of your Wrath by 100%. So you can cast as many Wraths as you want to without ever having to worry about your mana. And then you also have a rune that got luckily buffed since its release, and that's Star Surge. Now, Star Surge deals a lot of damage, it crits for a lot of damage, and it costs 4 mana to cast, right? On a 6-second cooldown, which is absolutely insane. So when you gold farm on a Druid, specifically a balanced Druid, right, you can deal like a lot of damage just by using Wrath and Star Surge that costs no mana. Obviously, if you're killing higher level mobs, you want to put like Sunfire on and maybe even Moonfire to get the mobs down faster. Pretty much what I do is I always keep Moonfire and Sunfire up, and then I tag a couple of mobs like this and use Star Surge. And whenever I'm starting to get low on mana, instead of sitting down to drink, I just switch over to spamming Wrath and Star Surge. So it's just like one of those caster classes similar to a Warlock like late Classic, where they have like very low downtime and your damage is actually pretty good. So I do think balanced druids, depending on which runes we'll get, are going to be a decent farming class throughout Season of Discovery. Because of Star Surge and free Wrath casts, and it's going to be funny to see what Blizzard pulls out of the hat. Like, will we get like Starfall, for instance? Like, are we going to be able to do some sick AoE farms on a Druid? Will people do 5-man balanced Druid farms? They're like, we don't know, because we don't know what the up-and-coming runes are, but it feels good. Maybe that's just me that loves Druids, but it feels good farming on a balanced Druid. The downside is, it's a caster, so whenever you're dealing with mobs that's above your level, like level 28, 29, maybe even level 30 mobs, you're going to get a lot of resists, and when you get a lot of resists, you're going to have to find yourself keeping the dots up to do efficient damage. You have to heal yourself, which costs mana. and then you kind of lose the perk of having no downtime because you do actually have to sit down and drink. Though it does help. That being said, it really does help by having the boon, which gives you a 3% spell hit. But whenever I'm doing farms where you're killing mobs that's above your level, I tend to go for the next class that we're going to talk about, which is obviously a hunter, right? Hunter has, well, they're super, I don't want to say they're super overpowered because it depends on how you look at it. Like, they are really strong. They have been nerfed a couple of times, but hunters have always been extremely good at gold making because they have a pet. They have very little to no downtime at all. They have good damage. They scale well. Like, they don't need a lot of gear to be efficient gold farmers. Like, you could farm efficiently, like very efficiently, with a hunter in full greens that just hit level 25. No biggie whatsoever. So hunters is better at this phase thingy that Blizzard is doing right now, because the meta in gold farming right now is to kill mobs that's above your level, because you need to kill mobs that's a higher level than you. Like, if you kill level 25 mobs, you're not going to get level 25 greens and 25 blues. No, you have to kill mobs that's level 28, 29, maybe even level 30. And casters, they struggle more than physical DPS do on that, and that's where hunters are really shining. So I think I can almost guarantee that hunters are going to be really strong in both phase 2 and phase 3. When we hit the last phase, phase 4, and everyone's level 60, hunters have always been a decent farming class. They really have. When it comes to like single target mob grinding, it is very, very tough to beat a hunter. So I'm just hoping that a balanced druid can compete with that. One class that definitely can is a warlock. They got life tap, lots of ways to regen HP. So warlocks have historically also been extremely good at doing single target mob grinds because they don't need to sit down and drink, because they have a lot of self-heal, and a lot of, like, they can get the resources back by draining their pet and also life tapping. So they've also been really good. They haven't made it to my my list of top classes because I haven't played one on SOD, but I played one back in 2019, the classic release. I played it back in vanilla days, and I also played it on Season of Mastery and also Hardcore. So I wanted to do something new. So hunters, that's also the class that you see most frequently in my videos as well. Like, it's such a strong class for the farms that I like to do. And I've always been a big fan of RNG. So I like to hunt for those expensive green items and blue items. And in order to do that, you got to kill mobs that's above your level in order to have a chance of actually getting them in the first place. Now, the last one that I want to talk about is, to no surprise to anyone, a mage, right? And I've also played a mage. I played a mage in 2019 all the way through TBC as well. I did it because I knew how good they were at gold farming, and I really like gold farming, right? And mages are still extremely good. They're used differently. Well, they're still used for AoEing, but AoEing with the runes, like, you use regeneration, living flame, and living bomb, is just so insane. It is absolutely mental what mages are doing. The dungeons they are soloing as well. You just pull all the mobs, as many as you can get a hold of, and then you just absolutely destroy them. Like, they are extremely stupidly good. Like, it doesn't end, right? And this is what you see me doing on this mage right here as I'm recording this video, is what people are doing in dungeons as well. Like, they are stupidly good, and I would be very surprised if Blizzard changes that, because mages have always historically been extremely good at doing these sort of AoE things. Now it's just with different abilities. So I think rather than like nerfing mages and their spells, they should look into preventing them to do stuff like sulfuric dungeon grinding, right? That will just pump a lot of raw gold into the economy. But mages are very strong because of their ability to AoE. And there's a certain, like, a selected few farms that people are doing with mages right now. And I feel like unless they change mages and the runes and nerf them in some way, I feel like a mage is just throughout the entirety of Season of Discovery is going to be the go-to gold farming class because they're so powerful, and the only thing that matters is when you're gold farming is numbers. You got to kill as many mobs as you possibly can within the hour to increase your odds of getting something of value. And right now, there's no class that does that better than a mage. Now, it's still not even close to my favorite class for gold making though. Like it right now, that would be in terms of enjoyability, that would be a druid. But like my hunter is better than the druid and still a very enjoyable class to play. So the hunter right now for single target, definitely the go-to class, will be good in phase 2 and phase 3 as well because you're killing higher level mobs. I don't like the style of farming that much. I still find it enjoyable. I think it's fun to do it, but I don't enjoy it as much as I do enjoy single target gold farming. And I mean, I got plenty of gold. I don't need the gold that I have. For me, it's all about having fun, and I am having more fun like doing gold farms on a hunter or a druid than I am on the mage. But absolutely amazing class to gold farm with. They're absolutely sick. So if there's any classes that I didn't mention in this video, it's not because I think they suck, it's because I haven't properly tried them out yet. I know that people are even farming higher level mobs on the rogues and doing it quite efficiently, right? So there's other ways of making gold. My main is Protection Paladin because I'm hoping that Blizzard will add enough runes and enough overpowered runes so that you can efficiently dungeon farm with a Protection Paladin. And I think that is bound to happen. I think when we're in the last phase, we're level 60, we've got a bunch of runes, really good gear. I think Paladins could really shine in running old dungeons. So I'm really looking forward to that. In the past, you haven't been able to do that on a Paladin until TBC because you needed a specific trinket that would heal you whenever you blocked in order to do it. But who knows? Maybe Paladin gets that in the form of a rune or any new item from like one of the new raids that we're getting. So crossing fingers for that. But that was pretty much it for this video. So hopefully that cleared up a lot of the questions that I've been getting from you guys. And if you have any additional questions whatsoever, leave them down below in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the complete gold guide for Season of Discovery. And I'll see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.